Happy birthday, America. Almost 250 years. Man, we are getting old. Just kidding. We're a pretty young nation. Tonight, brought to you by the #1 podcast on Thursday evenings around 9:45 p.m., where one person has a AI library in their background and the other person has a America 250 hat on. Boom.
And is in an outhouse. We're the #1 show where a host is broadcasting live from an outhouse. You are here, folks, for the best. And we're simply the best. We're the best at doing political commentary that you could possibly imagine. Happy birthday, America. We're doing it big. We're doing it hard. We're doing it long. No homo.
What are you doing for the big 250, Jeremiah? What are your plans?
Oh my gosh, Alex, I am. How much time you got? I don't have the chat pulled up, so make sure that you're engaging with the chat. I'm mobile right now with barely any connection, folks. But I love you guys so much. I was like, we can't miss the July 4th special. So I am in the boonies of Virginia.
Nice.
Okay, dude, I'm having a time, dude. Let me tell you something. Don't book vacations last minute, okay? Because you'll be stuck with certain. Your only options are usually not great. Okay, so I have my wife and my child here in what's called a tiny home, and by tiny, it's literally a one-room home in the
studio special.
Yeah, the studio special, like the Wi-Fi is terrible. Now, on top of this, Alex, this is God maybe telling me you should have stayed in Ohio for the 250, but I couldn't do it. So I'm thinking to myself, Alex, it's Washington, D.C. Trump is going to go all out, but there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people. I have a 10-month-old. Let me do something that's going to be cool, but a little more low key. And I'll tell you why that backfired on me here in just a second. So I'm deciding, let's go to Colonial Williamsburg, where the revolution started, and that is how we will spend America 250. Who wants to go see boring history for the 4th of July? It'll be cool, but it won't be overbearing. Boy, was I wrong, Alex. I couldn't have been more wrong. Let me tell you why. One, it's 9:52 at night Eastern Standard Time right now. Guess what the temperature is right now?
I don't know, 80?
89 degrees, Alex, at 9:53 at night. Guess what the temperature was? It was 100 degrees walking around Colonial Williamsburg today. And to top it off, I'm like, you know what? It's so hot. Let's go to the beach, fam. Let's go to the beach. So we go to Jamestown Beach, right? So you're thinking, yeah, jump in that cool water, cool off. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. It's a shallow beach, Alex. The water is about as warm as it is outside. So it is not refreshing at all whatsoever. Okay. And final thing. God may be telling me I should have stayed home, but I couldn't do it. I talk with one. So, there's tour guides everywhere in Williamsburg. It's literally like a town that has people who live there, but there's tourists walking around not 24/7, but all day, every day. So, yeah. So I couldn't imagine living there where tourists are literally walking everywhere. And you have people in colonial outfits walking around. So I'm talking to this guy and I'm like, hey man, 4th of July fireworks, give me the lowdown. How do I make this 4th of July the best 4th of July that I can? He said, I'll tell you what you do. You get here at 10 a.m. and you set up your spot on the governor's lawn because now, mind you, the fireworks don't go off till 9:45 at night, but you got to get there at 10 a.m. And here's what he said. He said on a normal weekend, on the off season, we might see 2,000 to 4,000 people here. On July 4th, on a normal July 4th weekend, we shoot up to 15,000, 20,000 people. It gets crazy. This weekend, Alex, guess how much they're expecting?
I mean, the way you're saying it, probably 30,000.
75,000 people, Alex. low key 4th of July out the window. But here we are. God bless America.
Did you pack your adult diapers because you're not going to be able to use your bathroom?
I need to go. They have a Walmart and a Target up the road. I should probably. Well, I'll never shop at Target, but Walmart. I might have to go buy them. I might have to go buy adult diapers. But I can't, dude. I can't sit from 10 a.m. till 10 at night with a toddler, like a baby, like an infant. Like she can't be out in 100. It's going to be 100 degrees on the 4th of July here. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So that's my story, man. What's tell me how you're doing for the 4th and what your family's doing.
Well, it's a little last minute too, but just catching up with the guys over in Pennsylvania. We're going to where the Declaration of Independence was signed. We'll do some grilling, all that fun stuff. It'll be good. I have to leave work tomorrow, right at 3:30. Got to leave, drive about 6 hours, shower, and then the next day I have to leave the same night as well. So it's a little hectic on my end too. But I don't know. Gosh, you're kind of worrying me, man. Maybe people are just congregating to certain areas. Am I going to catch like 3 hours extra traffic on my way to?
You might, dude. You might. Plan for extra traffic, bro. Plan for extra traffic. Because they told me, I saw on the news that patriotism is at an all-time low, but you wouldn't know it being here in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Yeah. No, I actually love that. It's an awesome sign. Happy 250, everyone, says Ohio Patriot. Happy 250.
Ohio Patriot.
Ohio Patriot.
Oh, yeah, crinkle hands. There we go.
You're at the Trump Carnival?
I almost went to Washington, D.C.
God bless our 250 and God bless our great president. Amen. Say Wahali, bro. These are the dudes who are moving to America. He says USA will not win the World Cup. I haven't heard any Muslim I don't know, actually. I don't follow the World Cup, so I don't want to say it.
All right. Well, hey, man, I'll tell you what, say Wally, bro. If America wins the World Cup, you have to, this is a call-in show, so make sure you hit that thumbs up so we get into that algorithm. But if we win the World Cup, you have to call in and sing the national anthem of America, sir.
Yes. Wahali. Wallahi. All right, Jeremiah, why don't we get this show started with one of our favorite segments? Jeremiah, what is that segment?
Listen, it's a family tradition. All right, there's a country song that I heard the other day. It's kind of an old country song, and it goes a little something like family tradition. Okay, well, your new family tradition is roasting white liberal females. My favorite pastime and yours. Hit that music, brother.
White liberal women are awful, pleasing them is impossible. Ladies, why so hostile? Audience, grab a drink and follow. Come laugh with us, watch them wallow.
Hit your Trump dance while you sing along to the song. All right. So I've got some. All right. Listen, Jeremiah usually gathers the white liberal woman roasting material, but that changed a little bit this week. I got some flavor for y'all, and I got some bangers. All right. Listen.
All right.
I have what do they call it? A thread. So Instagram created a rival to X called Threads, right? And it is just overtaken with liberals, which I have an idea on how to take it back, but that's for another day.
Okay.
In the meantime, I want you guys to see this. So this is Rebecca Harvin, a white liberal woman. She looks like she's she's a boomer, right? And if not, the generation after boomers. Is that Gen X?
The generation after boomers is X. Yes.
Yeah. When Trump was elected the first time, I took my kids to D.C. I needed them to see that the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were our government's guiding documents. Thoughts about that part, Jeremiah? That's part one.
So when he's elected the first time, I took the kids to D.C. I needed them to see with their own eyes. Okay, I'm with you so far, lady, because I would love for my kids to see those documents because they're very important documents.
Amen. In the middle of Donald Trump's second term, I took them to Auschwitz. I needed them to see what happens when a country caves in on itself and follows the whims of an authoritarian dictator.
Lady.
That's it, kids. We're going to Auschwitz.
We're going to Auschwitz to scar you for life. You should have to be a certain age to go to. First of all, you packed them and took them all the way to Germany to see what Hitler did to the Jews. Like, what, lady? What oven do you think you're going to be put in, lady? I mean, honestly, come on.
It was a week-long manic TDS episode.
Oh my gosh, those poor kids. Those poor kids.
She didn't sleep for 4 days, and she was like, "That's it. We're going to Auschwitz."
We're going to Auschwitz. No, Mom, I don't want to go see the concentration camp.
All right, now that was hilarious. I read that and I was like, "That's going on the show tonight." I read that like an hour before the show.
So starts off great, man. Go see the founding documents and just ended so terribly, as it always does with these people.
Now, this one is a little bit more serious because this is what's going to happen more often in our country. To be fair, I don't know if this is in our country. It looks like it. Let's see.
We can make some bold assumptions.
It doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure this is America. I'm going to full screen this for our audience here. This is a white liberal woman protecting a man after he gets beat up because, here's some context, he was exposing himself and touching himself in front of everybody. Kids, woman, you got people got their wives, their girlfriends there, and but you can't hurt him too much. Let's see.
Oh.
So obviously, big altercation here. But then,
who comes to save the pedophile day?
Here's the white knight.
Oh gosh.
It was pretty crazy.
They are going crazy. But
look. Stop it. Stop it.
Leave the pedophile alone.
Yeah, look, she goes and goes, "Are you okay?"
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know what? What's hilarious about, what's not so hilarious about that is I know exactly what you're talking about. This did pop up in the news. This guy, was jerking it at a beach. And some dudes had a problem with it. So it's like that should be a legal curb stomp that you get in that situation. Like, whatever you do to that person you should be absolved of any crime.
Yeah, let the men handle this one, honey. Go sit down. Where's your husband?
Yes, and are you shocked that it was a white liberal woman that came to save the day? Like,
no. her instinct. She's like, black man.
No, it's a minority. Please don't.
Drives liberals crazy. Dono 64. Appreciate that. Of course. That's why we love him too.
That is definitely a big reason why.
Woman libbers take the side of the pedo. How crazy is that?
It's crazy. A lot of, we've seen a lot of crazy stuff on this show that we've shared with the good audience.
Oh, sorry, good.
I was just going to say, and it never ceases to amaze me. Like, there's always something.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you all see the video of the guy in the UK getting attacked by 3 men, then gets arrested while the attackers walk away. It sounds very, very close to the Henry Nowak situation, but are you talking about something else?
Yeah. So, I mean, if the UK police are going to arrest the guy who was stabbed to death by a Sikh Indian, of course they're going to let the other criminals walk away.
Yeah. The white liberal woman is like, "Why are you beating that engineer for?" That was good. That was good.
Love it. Hit that thumbs up. Also, Alex, did you pin? Go ahead and throw the link in the chat so anyone who wants to call in may call in and give us their opinions
There it is. But if you're on mobile, you have to type it in. So I'm gonna leave that up there for a little bit, just in case anybody wants to hop on in. And it's in the description of my video as well.
Love it.
Awesome. So now I have a couple here, but I'm gonna show you. We're just gonna do the best ones, and then we'll get into the stories for the night.
Don't care.
Oh, all right. So this one.
Only the best of the best for America's 250. Now I hear audio. I don't see anything. You got something up here? There we go. Oh my! Oh no! What did that happen?
Well, you showed me that these women love shaving their heads for some reason. And the quote here says, men don't like short hair on women.
Dumbass rat thinks about me. I don't care. Everything I say is right.
Oh, good.
Everything I say is 100% true and accurate. Why would
Oh, that is just nasty, dude. I can't even. I just why everything they do is ugly. It's just so ugly. That is just that saddens me. That hits me here to watch a woman do that to herself.
All right, for this next video, I want to ask you a few questions first.
Okay.
What do you think when you hear of a white liberal woman? Do you think pro-abortion or pro-life?
Obviously pro-abortion.
All right. Now, what about women's rights? Let's say the right to vote, to drive, to own property, right? What are the odds that they believe that? Pretty high, right?
Pretty high. Yeah, I'd say 99.9%.
All right. Now, what about pro-LGBT? Maybe not 90, but pretty high, right?
Pretty, I would say, I would say maybe not 99.9, but 97.2.
Yeah. All right. Now, what about Muslims? Do they like any of that?
Apparently they do. You would think that they wouldn't, but from our experience on this show, white liberal women do love themselves some Muslims.
All right. Well, that's exactly what we have here. Why do these women, Christians are just awful, right? These white Christian men. So we'd rather go and pray.
This morning
at the
I've
mosque.
been at Medina Mosque, and it was so lovely to get to celebrate and join in prayers with everyone for Eid. Got loads of sweets, great. Also wore these bougie earrings from the market, love them. Here's Will. Eid Mubarak and happy Friday, everyone.
First of all, okay, so many things wrong with this. Those nice earrings you have, if you converted to Islam, your husband would beat you for wearing those exposing your ears in public and not having your hijab on. Second of all, that dog is dead. That dog is dead because what is it? Is it haram or is it the other term that Muslims have for dogs? Dogs are no. That dog
Muslims come to America and attack dogs on American soil. All right, you think they're gonna let it in the mosque?
Yeah, you are crazy, lady. That dog's gonna get its throat slit and tossed in the alleyway. Like that's wild to me. Yeah, so you would think that a woman who believes in women's rights and voting and LGBT and all these things would know that Islam opposes all of those things, not just one or two. Everything you believe in, Islam opposes.
Yeah. Absolutely every one of them. And it's literally like someone in the chat said this. It's like the mice trying to protect the snakes. What is going on right now? Are you okay? Please blink. You're okay.
That's a great metaphor because that is exactly what it is. And they take full advantage of that. There's the Muslims here that are looking to take over this country from within, are using white liberal women to do it. And they're doing it in the UK too. I assume that was in the UK, where it's much worse, much worse over there right now for them.
Dude, all I know is I see it more and more every day where I live. And if we don't actually stand up and do something our future is right in front of us. It's what's happening in the UK. The same exact playbook is being ran on America right in front of our eyes. It's not looking good, man. We need to stop it.
No, it needs to be stopped, and it will be stopped because America has made it 250 years, and we are going for 250 more, baby.
Boom. Hey, Ohio Patriot, you are a moderator over in Jeremiah's chat. Listen, Coast Sider, we don't care that you want to hate on Trump in the chat. Just don't spam the same message over and over and over again, please. Thank you.
Yes, Ohio Patriot, if you could remove that person if he continues to do that.
Boom. Thank you, Ohio Patriot. All right, so for our next one, go ahead.
No, that's just fantastic. Oh gosh, you got a whole squad of them, dude.
I mean,
pigeons.
White liberal woman final boss Zoom call.
Yeah, dude. I need to level up, dude, before you play this one. Like, I need to get some mana and some what do you call them? It's been so long since I played an RPG. Amulets. Give me an amulet and some. You know, we need to upgrade levels here, man. Is this gonna kill us if we watch this?
Tell me, this lady has to be drunk. You tell me.
Ariel Fodor, affectionately known as Mrs. Frazzle, to her combined audience of over 1.5 million followers, is here to help gentle parent us through this election.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I am so honored to speak today. I am like shaking to just be among such incredible company. We are here because, as if you were here earlier, you've heard BIPOC women have tapped us in as well.
Go ahead. Tell me what BIPOC means, Jeremiah.
wait. Bisexual people of color?
No, I knew you were a racist. I knew
it. Wait, that's not it?
No. I actually got to look it up again. Hold on.
You don't even know.
Black, Indigenous, and people of color.
Oh my gosh. Black, Indigenous, people of color. What? What? Is that the thing? Is that a real category of people? Are there people who identify as that? I'm a Black, Indigenous person of color. Well, me too. Yeah. You know what? It's 2026 and I identify as BIPOC as well. How about that, lady?
White women to step up, listen, and get involved this election season. This is a really important time, and we all need to use our voices and influence for the greater good. No matter who you are, you are all influencers in some way. So tonight,
even though you don't have 1.5 million followers like me, I'm amazing. You're still an influencer. You still have influence.
I'm going to share some do's and don'ts for getting involved in politics online and navigating the toxicity that comes with it.
Oh my gosh.
And spoiler alert.
Isn't it like the more you watch it, you're just like on the inside, like, ugh.
Oh, this is so cringe the way she talks. Man, Alex, after watching this lady, it's just a mystery that any men join the Democrat Party. It's just, why are they losing so many men? I don't know.
Oh my gosh! Pray for her husband.
They even lost the BIPOCs. I'm sure with that one.
Lost the BIPOCs. All right, and then we have of the same. I think they have the same parents. They probably went to the same public school.
And should be approached with a level of caution and skepticism. White women are dangerous and should be approached with a level of caution and skepticism. As a white woman, that includes myself, because first of all, 52% or something of white women voted for Donald Trump. Even outside of that, the liberal and
that's
women.
Pause that. Wait, she said 52% of women or white women?
White women. You know why? Because white women are more racist, obviously. No, they well, they're more religious. That's the thing.
I did not know that. I applaud that. Even though white women are the vast majority of Democrat voters, it's good to know that 52% of them voted for DJT. Love it. All right.
The time, just have the wherewithal to know what is technically correct and how they should vote to be a good person, but they aren't going to implement that.
So if you vote for, if you don't vote for who I want you to vote for, you're a bad person.
And she even is calling herself a bad person, even though she said, watch out for white women, including myself. So, but you voted for Kamala Harris. Does this cancel each other out now? Are we?
Yeah.
That in their personal life because it's inconvenient. Like, they're not going to cut ties with Trump supporters. It was like, to take offense to that. Like, what do you mean? Who did my fiance vote for? You think I'm a fraud? That's what this is? You think I'm a fraud? My fiance voted for Kamala Harris, of course, but
I can't do any more of her. She's got to
go. They all do the thing, right? When they're talking, like, I have to nail this point with my hands for some reason. Like, they all do that. It's just mind-numbing. Mind-numbing, these people.
Joshua said in chat, and now all of a sudden they know what a woman is.
Right. Wait a minute. How do you know 52% of women voted for DJT? Maybe they weren't women. Maybe they were whatever they felt like that day.
Oh, man. Of course, her fiance is whipped. Yes.
Oh, he is also a white liberal woman.
She's probably a teacher.
Probably.
Unfortunately. All right, so here we have a white liberal woman judge. Now, I don't know what this video says, but before I play this video, breaking Melbourne, that's Australia, Magistrate Michelle Mickey Towix, a white liberal woman, has ordered the conviction of an immigrant student who secretly filmed 150 women in bathrooms to be dropped, citing gender confusion as her reason for the ruling.
He secretly filmed women inside toilets and showers, but Balfour Cow doesn't appreciate the camera being pointed at him. Mr. Cow, why did you upskirt women? The Melbourne University Biomedicine...
Upskirt is a word for that?
...on a community corrections order. Mr. Cow, do you still plan on becoming a doctor?
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Police found over 100 secretly recorded videos and images.
The guy doing your surgery today was arrested as a youth
for upskirting.
Yeah.
Can I have a new surgeon, please? And thank you.
Oh, man. All right. And we have the final one.
The final boss?
The final boss.
Oh, she's dancing.
I saw this on Threads too.
Oh gosh.
All right, so what would you do, Jeremiah, after this video plays in full? You tell me what you would do if this was your grandmother.
Hey, Trump. Hey, still waiting for you to take up my challenge to cage fight you. Still waiting. I've been practicing. I don't have to practice much though. So if you don't take up my challenge pretty soon, everybody's going to think you're a...
She sounded way too... Is she actually a chicken? That was a pretty good impression that she did there. If that was my grandma, I'm giving her a bottle of vodka and telling her to go back to bed. Go back to bed, Grandma. It doesn't shock me at all that was a boomer either. That's... oh boy! What if that was your grandma, Alex?
Oh, thank God my grandmother's not like this because I have no idea. You can't retire and do nothing because this is what happens.
This is what happened. This is exactly. You end up on the internet in really stupid videos looking like a retard. Stop it. Stop it, Grandma. Go back to bed.
Your grandkids are not going to stop playing on their iPad and have dinner with you just because you made these videos.
No. And hopefully your grandkids like Trump and they tell you to stop it.
Well, Dark Evil Fart Knocker says, I just farted in her general direction.
Yes. That is Monty Python in the Holy Grail.
Nice.
I fart in your general direction. Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Love the name.
Yeah, that name was something else. Hit that thumbs up. Call in. We got.
Yeah, if you want to back up your claims that Trump is a PDF file, then you can just call in, right?
Call in and tell us your evidence for that claim. We'd love to hear it, friend or foe. You don't have to be a foe to come up. You don't have to be a friend to come up. We take all callers from all walks of life. And we've had some pretty interesting folks call in over the last several weeks, I want to say. We had somebody who was high as a kite talking about Karl Marx. We did have someone who had some very intelligent things to say about Iran and the Iran deal, even though we didn't agree with that gentleman. So we take all walks of life here, but make sure you hit that thumbs up button, get us in that algorithm, and call in. Alex, are we ready to jump into the stories today?
We are, sir.
We had now I didn't think these were coming until next week, but the Supreme Court apparently had to go on vacation. They got yachts and the Ivy League stuff that they got to do. So they just mad came out with rulings. Literally the day before July 1st, it was June 30th, I do believe, just back to back to back Supreme Court rulings. What's the first one you got on deck for us?
Well, the first one is, as I pull it up here, the Supreme Court decision regarding mail-in ballots.
Yes. And I would argue of all the Supreme Court decisions, this might be the worst one, even worse than their ruling on birthright citizenship. Read us some of the stuff going on here.
So the headline says, breaking. SCOTUS rules states can count late ballots, but they must be postmarked by Election Day. So the Supreme Court has ruled that states can count ballots that are sent by Election Day but arrive late. So as long as you put it in the mailing system, or at least date it that way, that it can count as a late vote. The court was split 5-4 in a decision that rejected a challenge from the RNC to a Mississippi law that allows ballots to be counted even if they arrive after the Election Day headline. And the decision was authored by Justice Amy Coney Barrett, and she was joined by the Chief Justice John Roberts, as well as the 3 more liberal justices on the court in this decision.
Amy Coney Barrett is the white Ketanji Brown Jackson. She is, and you know what? People, I've seen a lot of people on X, because she has ruled the right way on some other decisions, so they defend her for these terrible ones that she's making. And I'm like, okay, so if the stepdad, he buys the kids food, he makes sure they got clothes. He pays for their school and all their sports activities, but occasionally he beats them. Might punch him in the face. Is that a good stepdad? Like, no, he's not a good stepdad. I don't care that he's feeding the children and he makes sure that they have clothes. He beats them. That is Amy Coney Barrett, dude. It's nuts. This ruling, I think this was of all the rulings that they had. Now they did have a good ruling that we will get to, but birthright citizenship is the one everyone's talking about, but it's like, it's already been that way. Mail-in ballots are brand new to this country, and ruling that they are put the kibosh on them, allowing Trump's executive order to stand, would have saved our elections in the immediate. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think there should have been a ruling, something more akin to postmarked maybe 3 days beforehand. Like, because how much, when you're voting, you're sending your mail. Well, is this talking about federal or just state?
Everything. Yeah, but Trump's executive order. Yeah, Trump's executive order was that federal elections must be counted and be counted on Election Day. Yeah.
Well, I guess federal votes are still going to states to count, so it's not like how long does it take for you to get an envelope from one side of your state to the other? Not that long.
Well, the problem is that Amy, in her infinite now, the Supreme Court justices are all Ivy League educated. They're supposed to be the smartest people in America, and yet for some reason, even though the law says a day for an election day, they call it a day in the law that's already in place. She, in her infinite wisdom, decided that a day means nothing. What did the original intent of the founders mean when they said day? Like, what do you mean? A day is a day, lady. Like, so what she did in this opinion, dude. So what she did, she made it like essentially elections can be never ending. Well, hey, guess what? We sent out 400,000 ballots, and we only got back 120. We're not going to certify this election till we make sure every vote is counted. So January 3rd, when they're supposed to be sworn into office, or whatever, January 8th, whatever day it is, can come and go. And Democrats will obviously use this to screw any Republicans in their state. Yeah. So any Republicans in California, they'll be like, oh, well, in that district, we don't have all the votes back. So we're not by the election until we get all the votes back. And essentially, it can go on for...
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Like in a never-ending election day, because Amy doesn't know what a freaking day is.
Oh, man. Voting should be a week long. What do you think about that?
Voting should be a week long? No, because we know that it can be done in a day, because many other countries do it in a day. Crinkle Hands, tell me your logic for why it should be a week long. But you know what? I would even concede a week long as we knew when it started and when it ended. And after that, that was not this abyss, the nebulous of when, an election can end.
It is interesting. The reason for mail-in ballots is convenience and just how some people aren't able to access voting booths, right?
Sure, that's what they tell us.
That's what they say. So then what's stopping that from saying, okay, well, let's just vote online?
Right?
Because that's the same argument. Convenience,
yeah. What is to stop them from voting online? That I'm sure that they would love to do that, because that would be even
I
easier.
would love to do it if it was fair and we had a way to make sure that happened, but I think it would probably open up fraud to levels we'd never seen.
Tell me about this, Alex, because you know a little bit more about this than I do. What if we did do it online, but every vote had some kind of blockchain key to it? Because you can't fake that, right?
Yeah, but if you have the key, you can still vote for grandma with her key.
With her key, gotcha.
And then the problem is these keys are irrecoverable. If you lose them, you lose it.
Hey, there's a lot of people who need to lose their right to vote, so I'm totally okay with that. The less people voting, the better, in my opinion.
Yeah. There is one way for certain that it can be done.
Okay.
And it's the same technology that the gambling sites use, because you have to use military grade equipment to spoof these things, and it's highly illegal, obviously, to do that. And I'm not saying it couldn't be done, but literally. All right, so you ever hear of arbitrage betting?
I've never heard of arbitrage betting.
Arbitrage betting is basically taking two websites that have different odds for the same game and exploiting their difference in odds, so whether you win or lose, you win money.
Wait a minute. That seems like a cheat code.
Well, it is, and the casinos know this, and so they ban you when they see you doing it. But you can get away with it for a little bit. Anyway, I was looking into it and trying to do it, but I live in Rhode Island, and Rhode Island has this really special deal with this one casino that gives them the only license in Rhode Island. So there's only one casino in Rhode Island.
Wow.
So all the sports betting apps can't access them. Why? This one casino has the exclusive rights to all betting inside of Rhode Island.
Boy, that guy's living large. Whoever owns that casino is living large. Jeez.
But I tried everything to get around that so I could try this arbitrage betting thing. Their technology, if we'd voted online, we'd need that technology. I'll tell you that.
That's okay. Wait, Jay, you're such a small state. Just drive to a state that it's legal.
Yeah, but the arbitrage stuff, you're making like $20-$30 at a time. You got to make like 10 bets a day. I'm not driving out for $20. Come on, I'll go DoorDash or something at that point.
Yeah, gas is still kind of expensive. I get it. I get it. All right. Supreme Court ruling number 1 down. If you have an opinion on this, please call in. Let us know what you think about mail-in ballots. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channels, by the way. Also, we both have separate YouTube channels that have awesome content, so make sure you subscribe to that stuff. But here is this next article that you're about to pull up, Alex. Some people might say this is good. Some people might say this is bad. The libertarians love this ruling.
Okay. This is breaking. every post on X, every headline, every article on the internet. Breaking. Wow. Insane. You know what's sad? It works.
It works. Yeah. That's why they do it. That's why they all do it. Once it stops working, once people get wise, they're like, wait a minute, this isn't breaking news, then they'll stop doing it.
Yeah. All right. Here's the link. Oh no. Wrong link. Disregard that. Here's the link. Hey, Ohio Patriot, if you take that link or actually if you could just no, you can't pin links as a moderator. Sorry.
Moderators should be able to pin links.
I know. What the heck? That's ridiculous. Anyway,
come on, YouTube.
SCOTUS rules cops' use of geofence data requires a search warrant. Okay. The Supreme Court of the United States has restricted the use of geofencing warrants, a process in which authorities use location data from phones to see if people have been near the scene of a crime. Such warrants use information provided by large tech companies to pinpoint the location of individuals using their phones. The underlying case was also sent back to lower courts to be reconsidered. Okay. This is very interesting. So basically, if you didn't understand that, what's happening is a cop can right now call up a phone company, retrieve data, and see where you were the night of a crime without ever talking to you, without ever talking to a judge. They can just do this. And if the company, what's it called? Accepts what?
Yeah. If a company
complies.
Yes.
Wow, what a brain fart. All right.
He's boomer.
I kept wanting to say apply. Anyway, if the company complies, then they can just get that information. And now they have, this is right now, or maybe not after this, but you could use this as evidence in court to say this location data puts this person at the scene of a crime. Now, what this ruling is saying, no, you actually can't do that without a search warrant. So now you have to go to a judge. So you can't use it as everyday research on crimes. You'd have to use it as a cop as I have this other strong evidence that this person did it. Now I'm going to go get their location data and see where they were.
Yes. The only thing I have to say about this is I am leaning towards the libertarian position, and that I do believe that our privacy is so violated in every way, frontwards, backwards, and sideways. It's good for us to keep what we can when it comes to our privacy and our private data. Cops should require warrants for things like this, because then you'll get to a point in time where cops, like, we don't want to go down a road where cops don't need warrants for anything. They can just do whatever the heck they want.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, the military is occupying your house, and we're right back to 1776, and things get crazy. So I'm okay with this ruling. Now we need to go after flock cameras. I don't know if you got flock cameras invading your state. but those are equally egregious as this, in my opinion.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeremiah, flock cameras are the least of your concern, my friend, because that is the most benign use of surveillance compared to the future, brother. I was literally listening to a podcast this morning. A couple of billionaires talking, and they're just talking normal, and they're like, yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be great if every building in New York City had a police drone on top of it? And whenever a situation happened, a drone responded automatically right to that area. So two bums are squaring up in the middle of the street. Drone flies up, flies down. Hey guys, what are you doing?
Right? It's just, I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
Yeah,
now that will get dangerous insofar as maybe the drone flies and maybe he shines a spotlight on you to get you to stop. But then that might deter some criminals, and they're like, okay, well that's not enough. We're going to put tasers on these drones. Oh well, tasers aren't enough. Now we're going to put guns on these drones, and the next thing you know, before you've even committed a crime, you have a drone just unaliving you.
Yeah. But this is a road we're going to have to cross eventually. We're going to have to decide, is the technology worth the lack of privacy and some of the innocence that will be trampled, unfortunately, due to this technology? Is that worth it, right? Because at the end of the day, as humans, like, we make these trade-offs, right? Like, 50,000 people a year die in car accidents. You always hear of tragic stories of people losing parents. One guy I heard a podcast the other day, guy lost his parents. They were visiting him in jail. He had 25 years to life. They were visiting him in jail, and 10 years before he got out, they crashed and died. Like, there's so many tragic stories like that. But we drive still. We all use cars every single day. So I think there are certain trade-offs that we will make as humans for the police dog robots and all that.
Yeah. Someone in the chat find this quote. I can't remember it exactly. Thomas Sowell, something along the lines of "There are no victories, only trade-offs," or something like that. I forget what the quote is, but he's still right about that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so W?
2 down, 2 to go. I'll say that's a W. That's a W. Yes, I'll call that a W.
W for now. Next, we have a Supreme Court ruling allows states to bar male athletes for competing in girls and women's sports. Slow clap.
That is an America 250 victory and a half.
W.
We all know what this means. We don't have to go through the article. Real quick, I will just say I think it's 27 states that have those bans now. They all get to go into full effect. The days of men competing with women are coming to a fast end, as it should. And then pretty soon they'll be out of the locker rooms, as they should be. And pretty soon they'll be out of the bathrooms, as they should be.
Yeah, why are you so focused on what's in people's pants, Jeremiah?
That is the argument, isn't it? That they always say whenever this stuff gets crazy, out of hand, you pointed out, why are you still worried about what's in people's pants? It's like, dude, you put me in this position to have to care about it. You egregious, disgusting. Yeah. I mean, you know where I'm going with this. It's just it's the fact that we got to this point that we have to make laws to do this. It's insane.
Supreme Court rulings.
Yeah, the Supreme Court had to rule that men can't compete with women. This is like, even 20 years ago, people would have laughed at you in the face, to your face, if you had said that men should compete in women's sports. Hey guys,
and they're not even.
Yeah,
the Supreme Court's not even banning it. They're just allowing states to ban it.
Right, exactly. Like the the states that took the initiative on this had to go to the Supreme Court to be allowed to do it. Agreed.
And honestly, of course this was going to pass. You have Roe v. Wade. Like, you're going to allow states to decide if they can murder their children or not. You're not going to allow them to decide if men can play sports with women or not.
Exactly. But what's going to be great about this, Roe v. Wade, we hit some roadblocks because I like. Hey man, good. You do you, homie. What's good about this though, Alex, is unlike Roe v. Wade. So Roe v. Wade, we hit some roadblocks because the abortion pill, right? So the abortion pill is still wreaking havoc, even in states where
we don't even know the data on how many people take it.
Yeah, it's nuts. But where this is going to succeed is because cross-state sports, right? So because of the states that are banning this, well, now, right? So those it's going to affect even the states that allow it because of cross-state sport, which is going to be great. And those schools will lose money not being able to compete. This is great. This is good news. This is the big W and of all the rulings here.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's amazing. It's common sense. It really boggles my mind. You don't just wake up one day and believe this. This is fed to you, spoon-fed to you over a long period of time until you're just absolutely committed to a certain team that it doesn't matter what you believe as long as everybody else believes it too. This is just out of this world stupid.
Out of this world stupid. Agreed. Great way to put it. And finally, by the way, folks, if you have any opinions on any of these rulings, please call in, hit that thumbs up, share the show with everyone you know. Birthright citizenship, the other big L we took.
Yeah, absolutely. So, can you explain to me, Jeremiah, what Trump did that caused it to go to SCOTUS?
Well, he executive order ending it. He tried to.
And what was that executive order? Do you remember?
I don't recall specifically.
All right, let's see. Because I was reading up on this a little bit, but go ahead. You going to say something?
Well, I was going to say if I had internet connection, I would assist you here, Alex. Everybody give Alex an applause for stepping up and really running this entire show tonight. As I sit here in the middle of nowhere, Virginia.
In an outhouse.
And just in an outhouse. And just pop off at the mouth. That's all I'm good at right now. It's just popping off at the mouth.
All right. So on January 2025, Executive Order 14160, titled Protecting the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship. Basically, it denied automatic U.S. citizenship to certain children born in the U.S. if their mother was in the U.S. unlawfully, and the father was neither a U.S. citizen nor a lawful permanent resident, or their mother was in the U.S. temporarily, tourist, student, work visa, and the father was not a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident. So, if you are not a citizen and you have a child, that child is not automatically a citizen.
Which in every aspect of reality makes 100% total sense.
Yeah, I mean, what?
There's no you could be what's his name, the Doctor Strange, and in every reality that you look at, that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's the framing, right? The framing is Trump's trying to get rid of. Trump's trying to ban birthright citizenship. No, he's not trying. He's trying to restrict it. He's not trying to ban it. And guess what? There is already some restrictions. So
right.
if you're going to say we shouldn't restrict birthright citizenship at all, then you would be against birth tourism.
Right.
Or then you would be for birth
tourism, yes.
Which is like, you really think it's healthy, it's good for a society for someone to be able to purposefully come here, have a baby, and leave just to get the pros of being a citizen of the United States of America.
No, that's insane. So what they're doing, and oh gosh, I think the numbers are higher, much higher. Ohio Patriot, maybe 10,000, I think, was the an unofficial number, but I think people have been saying it's higher than that. Where the Chinese, in their birth tourism industry, have birthed 10,000 at least babies here that they've taken back to China, that they will then come back as U.S. citizens when they're older, and they will run for political office. That is the end goal.
I 100% believe that. I mean, they're just taking plays from Somalians in Minnesota. It's
I mean, honestly, like, because Somalians come here, they don't pardon my French, they don't give a damn about this country, but they come here, have babies, make money on fraud, and send all that money back to Somalia. They're not even investing it in this country. It's like, okay, you're committing fraud. When the Italians were committing fraud, they invested the money. They didn't send that money back to Italy. They invested it right back here in America. Now, it's still blood money. It's still criminal money. But hey, at least you're keeping it in the family here. These people aren't even keeping the money here. They're sending it off to other countries.
Literally.
Crazy.
Dude, when I posted about this on Threads, posted a couple of videos about the birthright ruling, and the people literally were advocating for birth tourism. Half of them thought that it was legal, and the other half said it should be legal.
Of course they do. Of course they do, because they want this multicultural utopia that cannot and will never exist. It won't. It won't. Even a liberal with the best of intentions is so delusional in their thinking that they think that American society will somehow survive as this multicultural utopia. It's never going to work. It's never going to work.
Wow. So Joshua says we have Mayor Wu in Boston. She's CCP.
Oh yeah, just like the
Mayor Wu.
Remember, yeah, she probably is, because that mayor that got busted in California that we covered on this show, it was CCP.
Literally.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Now, Alex, I got some ex-post videos that I show you. So Tom Homan has now we could be black-pilled about this, and we could say America is over, but hey, you know what? It was like this before this ruling. It's just going to stay like this for now, but there are ways in which we can still fight back, and I think Tom Homan gives us some good answers to that. If you want to share that ex-post. Yep. Dude,
I love Tom. He's a beast.
Exactly right. I mean, the first thing I saw the decision, which I don't agree with, is okay, now we step up enforcement. We step up more enforcement, even though we're doing record amounts of enforcement now. We need to do more. And not only that, we need to, really buckle down on birth tourism. We have many investigations on birth tourism, but we need to quadruple down on that. And look, I agree with Judge Alito. First of all, I've been doing this since 1984. That's when I started on Border Patrol. There's
OG.
Is a major driver for illegal migration. During the Biden administration, the Yuma Hospital, the El Paso Hospital, 100% maternity beds are illegal aliens. That's not a coincidence.
Hold on. 100% of the beds, which I'm guessing are in these hospitals right across the border of Mexico. 100%.
Not America 250, 100%. Did that?
Crazy.
For illegal immigration, but more importantly, it's a national security issue, because the birth tours investigation I'm aware of, you got nationals from China and Russia coming here by the thousands, having a baby and leaving. Now, so we have U.S. citizens by the thousands and this continued by the millions living in countries that I think are adversaries to us that can come here and have an impact on how this country is run. So it's a national security issue, a huge proportion that we need to address. And I hope Congress does it.
At the broad.
Yeah. White liberals hate Russia. So they should back this just for that, because Russians are doing it too. The Russians and the Chinese are doing it too. But he's right. We need to the immigration enforcement needs to ramp up tenfold. Like I'm sorry that some lesbians in Minnesota are going to be upset about it. Like, you have to do what needs to be done here. Like,
quite a few of those over there in Minnesota, huh?
Yeah,
they're all angry.
Yeah,
all the time.
All the time. But you can't stop the enforcement because they caused a stink. When we were doing the enforcement over there, you got to do what needs to be done. So he's absolutely right.
Liberals just want people to be able to become citizens on a whim. Like, they want, as long as you can get here and you don't have a shirt on that says "I'm with ISIS," you can come in.
You can come in, right? Yeah. And
you know what? Then if you lie about it a little bit,
just say someone else gave you that shirt, and you're fine. You're fine.
It's the only shirt you have.
Yes. And I was a little disappointed, Alex, in Trump's response to it. If you could play Trump Backs Down, he was asked a question right after the ruling dropped. And here's what he had to say.
It's so crazy as I'm pulling this up, because you can literally have two people come from opposite sides of the earth, meet in America, have a baby. Neither of them are citizens. They came from different countries, and their child is a U.S. citizen.
U.S. citizen. What? Again, in no reality does that make any sense. Dr. Strange looked at them all, and in every single one he said, "This is retarded."
I guess I have to accept it's the Supreme Court, so I'll accept. I think it's bad for our nation. We're the only nation that does it. No other nation does that birthright citizenship. No, it's not even close. Some did it, they ended it. It's tremendously destructive. It's extremely costly. I don't know, it's up to them. But in terms of the good of the country, it'd be great if they didn't allow it. It would be great, but I can't tell you. The Slaughter case was the big case today. That was really a big case because it gave strength to presidents and strength to the presidency, a very important case. It's been going on for almost 100 years, think of that. And this was the ruling that really topped everything by a lot today, yeah.
He just said, basically...
Shout out Real America's Voice, by the way. They got their own cameras at the Oval Office now. Okay. That's Jack Posobiec.
Yep. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
He's got me blocked on X.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man. He blocked
me. What did you do?
What did I do? So you might recall it was a couple years ago that Lauren Boebert was getting a little frisky in public with a dude at a theater. And Jack Posobiec was on X defending that behavior as a Christian man. So I called him out on it, and he didn't like that so much. So he blocked me.
Nice. Well, there goes our chance to get an interview.
Yeah, that's it. It's done. Oh, you're associated with Jeremiah? Get out of here. Get out of here.
It's a different one. The one you blocked was a Spanish Jeremiah Campana.
Yes. Right, Campana. This is Campana, not Campana. That's who you were. Yeah. But Trump should just ignore him. In fact, back in the day, ignoring the Supreme Court or just doing whatever you wanted was, I don't want to say commonplace, but it happened. And I'm going to give an example. And it's not morally speaking, this may not be the greatest example, but the Supreme Court ruled the state of Georgia, which just decided that they were going to take Native American land and they're going to throw Native Americans in prison. And they were just like, I can't remember their reasoning that they claimed behind it, but the Supreme Court said, no, you can't do that anymore. And the state of Georgia said, make me stop. And they just kept doing it. And that was that. Like, you know what I mean? So
do you think there's a difference with states ignoring the Supreme Court and the president ignoring the Supreme Court?
Oh, that's a great question. I think when it comes to protecting the integrity of this country, I'm okay with Trump doing it as opposed to a state doing it if the motivation behind it are the same, similar of some way. What
would you say? Well, I don't know. This is I mean, it seems like Donald Trump's not willing to ignore them, at least not right now, right? He wants to play ball. He's got more SCOTUS rulings in the pipeline, right? You told me like 12 total. So he's got what, 8 more coming?
Yeah, he's got quite a bit. And I can't, these aren't even all of them that they ruled on either. But I'd pull it up if I could, but I'm pretty sure there are still some rulings.
And I mean, he's going to be facing impeachment if the Democrats take over. Like, I don't know. He might be trying to not, I don't know, because he's going to get impeached no matter what. No matter what, if the Democrats win, they're going to try to impeach him, right?
Correct. Yeah, there's no ands, ifs, or buts. It's going to happen.
Yeah, so he's not saving himself there. He knows that probably. I don't know. He definitely seems like he's willing to follow the Supreme Court order. But he's also, if there's another way, that's the thing about Trump. Like, when you're, and it's good and bad, but when you're a businessman and you come through to an objection, you say, help. Like, I want to find any possible way around this obstacle, this objection that's preventing me from reaching my goal.
Right.
As a businessman, there's more leeway where, like, you bending the law isn't like, that's just normal, because like, it's like, if I'm not breaking the law, but I'm kind of circumventing it and I get the job done, it's okay. That's America. That's kind of like the businessman point of view on it. And that's kind of how Trump runs his presidency. You know, if I can circumvent this system to get my way, I will. Now, that can be good and that can be bad. In this situation, he's not willing to do that right now. So I don't know.
And that's no Republicans are. That's the problem, is that no like Democrats will do anything and everything to seize power and keep it. The Republicans, for various reasons, are not willing to do those same things. Like Democrats don't care about the Constitution. They use it when it's convenient, and they cite it when it's convenient. Otherwise, they just straight up ignore it. I mean, Virginia, Democrats got to control. Everything's gay. I'm redistricting the state. Luckily, a judge stopped them, but I doubt that'll stop. You know what I mean? Like they'll do whatever it takes. Onto the wall. Democrats will go there. Republicans are like, oh, play it safe. We can't rock the boat too much. Like, when it comes to saving this country, sometimes you just got to do what needs to be done. I don't know. That's me. Yeah. That's where I fall.
We'll see, because I guess in one of the judges' interpretations, they wrote that they see a pathway for Congress to do what Trump wants here. So I'm sure they'll explore that option. This isn't the end, but we shall see what the future holds.
We shall. Folks, for those of you just joining us, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channels, and call in. We talked 4 different Supreme Court rulings. What are your opinions on any of them? We will hear what you have to say. Alex, we are 2 days away from America's 250th birthday. Why don't you give us some interesting facts about the 4th of July?
Some interesting facts. Okay, let's see what we got here. What did you cook up for us, Jeremiah?
Well, let's have a look, shall we?
All right, the first one here says independence was actually voted on July 2nd, not July 4th. Huh. The Continental Congress passed the Lee Resolution declaring independence from Britain on July 2nd, 1776. July 4th is when they formally adopted the final text of the Declaration of Independence.
Yes, John Adams. Yeah, he thought he thought this was going to be the day we all celebrate, and we said no, sir. July 4th has a much better ring to it than July 2nd.
So okay, interesting. So technically,
it was
voted. But so they voted on something, and then what got signed into law basically was different.
A couple days later, it was the same thing. So
what did they sneak in there?
They, yeah, man. It's you know how the government works, right? Like it goes through this hand to this hand, and in between there's lollygagging, and okay, well, we'll finalize this whole thing on the 4th, even though the resolution passed on July 2nd.
It's the birth of a nation.
Right? Yeah. Well, they're going to fumble it somehow because bureaucrats will be bureaucrats, even when it's our founding fathers.
What a wild time in history to just be like, we're doing it, bro. Let's sign the incorporation papers to the entire nation. That's going to become a global hegemon.
Yeah, we now have targets on our necks, and we all could be hanged. We're doing it head first.
We're doing it.
Screw it. We'll do it live.
Oh man, that's awesome. All right, so now we have some other facts, some fun facts. All right. Only 2 men signed the Declaration. Okay, and everybody knows one of them. What's the one everybody knows?
Yeah, in the chat. Who was one of the 2 people on July 4th who signed the Declaration? You know this. It's one of the most famous.
Yeah, there it is.
Signatures.
Hancock. They even made a movie about him with Will Smith.
Right. Great movie about our founding father.
The other one you're not going to know, though. Don't Google it, you cheaters.
Don't Google it, you cheaters. But they were the only names. Charles Thompson, who appeared on the official copies.
The secretary of what?
That's you got me. I know a lot about my American history, and I am not even maybe John Hancock's secretary. Maybe
I guess he's like, oh, I gotta sign that too, bro. You gotta let me sign that.
Right. Now, eventually, a bunch of other people also signed it, but on the day of July 4th, only 2 people signed it. In fact, oh my gosh, I was at a flea market the other day, and they had a declaration. Was it the Declaration of the Constitution? They had like an original of these guys' signatures, and they superimposed in a way their actual autographs onto. It was either the Declaration or a Constitution, but they had, and it was like a $10,000 piece that you could buy because it had all 54 signers of the. I want to say it was the Declaration. Because it was the real autographs, and they put it on a reprint of the Declaration, but it was their actual autographs. Yeah, it was like $10,000. I was like, this looks really cool, but maybe once the show takes off and we get
once we get our funding from the SPLC to prop up racism.
Once I get my Israel money.
Yeah, what money do you want? What was the organization? SPLC? Is that
the Southern Poverty Law.
Do you want money from SPLC to be a racist, or do you want money from Israel to kiss the wall?
Can I take money from SPLC to be a racist and then combat that racism with the Israel money?
You have a change of mind.
Yes. I combat my own racism with. Yeah, I love it. That's a great idea. Yeah. Double dip. That's how we double dip.
Oh man! All right. This is actually interesting because it looks like my boy John Adams, July 4th, and him had some sort of beef because 3 U.S. presidents died on July 4th. One of them being John Adams. He's like, you know what? We're gonna celebrate the 2nd. They were like, nope, we're gonna celebrate the 4th. In fact, the 4th's gonna take your life.
Yeah. Sorry, that's just how it goes.
I guess that's it, dude. All right. So what are the other ones? You remember the other ones? I got them right here.
George Washington gave his troops a bunch of alcohol.
I was talking about the other
celebrate.
three, the other two who died. James
Oh,
Monroe
the other two who died.
and Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson. Yep.
But only
Which,
one president was born on July 4th. Which one, Jeremiah? Do you remember that one?
Our Ohio boy, I do believe, Calvin Coolidge.
Calvin Coolidge.
I really hope he's from Ohio. I'm pretty sure he's an Ohio guy.
There's a lot here. You want me to fire these off? You want to go through them a little slower? What's up?
Fire them off, man. Fire them off.
All right, ready? Fireworks have been part of the July 4th celebration since 1777. 3 years with no fireworks sounds like too many years.
Too many. Well, 1776. Technically only 1 year, right? 1776.
Oh, sorry.
1777. Yeah, only 1 year.
Don't do public math.
But we are going to get to how white liberals tried to get rid of fireworks. We are going to cover that story. Yes.
George Washington gave his troops a double rum ration. Now, is a rum ration used because water can spoil, basically? It can get dirty?
That is the popular that's what they used to say about the Dark Ages, right? People during the Dark Ages would drink alcohol because the water was so bad. In this instance, I think it was because being a soldier in the revolution was so bad. You didn't have good shoes. You were cold because you were fighting. George Washington had no problems, marching your butt in the wintertime. And you were hungry, I'm sure, quite a bit. So, hey, here's some rum. Get a little drunk and forget about your problem.
Hey, it worked.
That's right. Hey, yeah.
All right. Americans devour about 150 million hot dogs every July 4th. Hold on. 150 million hot dogs get consumed in America on July 4th.
Almost as many illegal aliens as Joe Biden let into this country. I mean, can you believe that?
That's gay.
That's
150 million glizzies, America.
Yes.
You got some splaining to do.
That's a lot of hot dogs. And I'm assuming this includes the hot dog eating contest that is every year on the 4th of July that oh my gosh, his name. Why can't Joey Chestnut?
Any Asian guy wins every time?
His apple pie is the reigning. He's like the Hall of Fame elite level. He's Tom Brady of hot dog eating contests. No one is going to ever top this guy.
That's yeah. You ever see what they do the night before those contests?
No, but I've seen how they eat them, dipping them in water. Because you can't eat that much bread. That's just nuts. What do they do the night before? Do you know?
For multiple days, they engorge themselves and stretch their stomach because your stomach can stretch temporarily. Yeah, so they just eat and eat and eat, and their stomach expands, and then they laxative it all out the night before, and then they go in next day empty stomach, stretched out.
Wait a minute. So
to go dip hot dog buns in water.
That is what a great American pastime. I hope there's still people here for the World Cup that get to watch that hot dog eating contest and say, "Wow, America, wow." Wait, but you're telling me that they stuff themselves so much and then they poop it all out? They just eat X-Lax. They just
get it out one way.
Oh man, bro, that's too much. That's TMI. That's TMI. All right,
sounds completely miserable.
I hope and they don't get paid well when they're they don't get paid.
Yeah. Even the top guy gets like 10 grand a year at this one big fair.
Right.
Coolidge was born in Vermont, actually. Grant Hayes Harrison I How can I read? McKinley, Taft, and Harding are from Ohio.
Okay. Taft, he was a good president.
By your own mod, how does it feel?
Hey, that's what they're here for. Ohio Patriot is the #1 fact checker in the political 9:45 Thursday night space. For sure.
You're a jerk for putting this one because everybody knows this, Jeremiah. The original American flag had stars in a circle.
Yes. Wow. I know, right? It's pretty basic facts. But hey, some people might not know that, you know.
Well, what a lot of people won't know is fireworks apparently originated in China more than 2,000 years ago. What does a 2,000-year-old firework look like? Did Jesus see a firework while he was on Earth? You know,
dude, that is a great question. Did the ancient Hebrews, did ancient Israel have fireworks that came over from the
Chinese?
There was what was the trade route? The famous trade route, was that the Silk Road?
Ancient Chinese secret.
You know you got to play that.
I'm looking for it.
China. I love them.
I do believe, Alex, that the Chinese, maybe they invented, but I do believe it was the Italians that perfected the firework. Fact check me on that, Ohio Patriot. Did China? Yeah.
Fireworks are just bombs, if you think about it. Yeah, it's the airsoft of bombs.
It really is. Fireworks is bombs.
If it hits you in the right spot, it could do some real damage. But most of the time, it just stings a little bit and you laugh.
Most of the time. In fact, I don't know if you and your father participated in this wonderful 4th of July pastime, but me and my father used to shoot Roman candles at each other. Now, granted, we were like 100 yards away from each other, but people frown upon that kind of stuff today.
Yeah, my dad married a white woman, and we weren't allowed to do that.
But your mom is not one who I would assume, be featured at the beginning of our show.
No. My stepmom, no, she wouldn't be. She likes Trump. My mom, yes, she would be. But ironically, she would shoot Roman candles at me for sure.
Oh, jeez, Louise. All right. Well.
All right. So what's this? All right. We got our last fact over here. Thomas Jefferson drafted the Declaration on a laptop. What are you talking about?
He's a time traveler, man. He was a time traveler. You didn't know this?
Candace Owens was right.
Candace Owens is right. She's always been right.
You don't get to ask those questions. What's wrong with you, Mom? Why are you so scared?
Oh, I had to get it in. If you say the name, you get to play the sound. That's how it works here.
That's how it works.
Awesome. All right. So those are some amazing facts. Thank you for putting that together, Jeremiah.
No problem. You got to hit that James Brown audio soundboard. You got to hit that James Brown audio soundboard for America.
James Brown.
Yes, love it.
I didn't know that was James Brown. Sorry.
Oh.
Is this him?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Well, now you know, young man. James Brown. Didn't know James Brown did it.
Yeah, when you said James Brown, I was like.
Speaking of July 4th and fireworks, Alex, I sent you an article about how some moron tried to ban fireworks in America.
Oh my goodness. What? Okay, I did not even see this.
If we were live streaming in the early 1900s, he would have been featured at the beginning of our show. But I want you to read up to the point of the story what the townsfolk thought of this man, because his idea didn't go over too well with the locals.
Whoever thought to put 500 ads on every article on the internet, I want to fight you. I don't click on any of them.
Oh man, do you remember when 3 ads on a dial-up modem could screw up your whole day?
Yeah, the HTML would just never load.
Never load, ever. It was terrible.
Oh man. If you've never been on Facebook on a flip phone, don't vote. You're not allowed.
You're not allowed to vote. Your privileges.
Oh, all right. So the 1900s movement to make the 4th of July boring but safe. Okay. One activist thought celebrating the founding of the nation would be better spent as a quiet day under the trees. Yeah.
What kind of gay LGBT nonsense is that, dude? Like, what? You kidding me?
Clocked it. Oh, what is this picture? Interesting. They made this guy fat. He's got a decent get up though, right? Like he's swagging with these clothes.
Yeah, he's got that thrift store swag. He's got
what's he got in his hand?
He's got looks like a lighter, and he's about to light that rocket, which looks like a artillery shell, which I'm assuming fireworks back in the day probably were artillery shells.
Yeah, they probably were pretty crazy. If you think
you probably could bomb some trenches with your fireworks. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, we're banning fireworks because Johnny set 13 houses on fire.
Turns out this guy actually had a good idea because his entire neighborhood went up in flames the year before.
All right, Charles Pennypacker. Yep, already don't like him.
Change your name, bro.
Yeah, if this dude's Jewish, it's over.
It's over.
A lawyer and legislator from Westchester, Pennsylvania, was fed up with 4th of July, the holiday he insisted in 1903 was hopelessly out of control. Holy Karen. Hundreds of people across the U.S. were dying from a mix of firework explosions and poorly shot toy guns. Okay.
That's anecdotal evidence. That is anecdotal evidence, Alan.
That would have happened anyway, regardless.
Hundreds of people. Okay,
yeah, they didn't even have cell phones back then. How do they know?
Yeah. How do they know?
Oh man, okay. All in the name of celebrating their country's founding, as they should.
Exactly.
A lot worse ways to go out. A lot of situations I would rather not be in than that one. All right.
100%. 100%. If I go out celebrating freedom, fine. I go out celebrating freedom.
So this Pennypacker said a spurious patriotism has brought a day of terror, misery, noise, destruction, and death, as he lamented in a letter published in the Philadelphia Inquirer. He urged citizens to focus on a quiet, insane observance of the 4th that prioritized family gatherings. Where's the contradiction in family gatherings in awesome fireworks?
Exactly. There isn't.
Instead of setting off fireworks, Pennypacker begged the people of Westchester to take a trolley ride. Why are you so loud? Can you take a ride in the car?
That's right.
Spend a quiet day reading a book under the trees.
Wow, nothing says freedom from tyranny like reading a good book under the shady trees, Alex.
What about baking a cake with deviled eggs, whatever that means? You ever just crave cake and say, I know what'll go good with this? Deviled eggs.
All the time. You don't do that? Oh, man. It's a Thanksgiving staple in the Campana household, our cake and deviled egg. And we just have a deviled egg cake. I mean.
Oh, yeah. Dad, why didn't I think of that? You guys are so smart. Bread with lemon butter. That actually sounds interesting. In a speech that the Louisville-based Courier Journal reprinted under the headline "Avant, toy pistols, enter cake and eggs." Okay, that ended up being more relevant than I thought. Pennypacker lectured his fellow Americans: "Spend your money for sandwiches instead of squibs." What's a squib?
I don't know.
Is that
that's got to be
a firework?
The name of a firework.
Toy gun.
Yeah. Squib.
Oh no, a squib is an explosive.
Squib. I'm gonna from now on this show. I'm only gonna refer to explosives as squib.
Squibs. Yo, did you get that squib off, mate? Oh, you saw those migrants got those squibs off.
No squibs within 1,500 feet of the building entrance.
Okay. Let's see.
All right.
The price of 5 skyrockets will buy a hammock whose swing delights youth in old age in all lands. Man, what a loser. Don't buy fireworks when you could buy a hammock made. My sister makes the best hammocks in all the land.
All the land. Now, read what. Hopefully, we get here to what the townspeople thought of his idea here soon.
Well, it says here that Pennypacker's crusade enraged locals. A year later, has been resented by the young men of the town. Late the night of July 3rd, 1904, a large number of young men gathered outside Pennypacker's house. Oh, man. Clutching Roman candles and other combustibles. When midnight hit, there was a sudden flash and roar that jarred all the houses in the neighborhood. And for at least 15 minutes, the men set off explosives outside of Pennypacker's window, all to punish the legislator for trying to reform a patriotic holiday. This dude must have pooped all over his house.
All over himself. And that's that. You can stop reading the story after that's the most interesting part of the story. But yeah, so he was the original affluent white liberal female liberal. Yeah.
That's like being afraid of spiders and then going on Fear Factor. You know what they're gonna do.
Right, man. It's like you tried to ban fireworks. Well, let's see how much you really like them, Alec. Whoever's continuing to watch our shenanigans, kindly hit that thumbs up. All into the show, folks. America 250. Let us know your thoughts. If you have any friend or foe, let us know. Alex, I only got one other thing here for us, which is
I knew it. Just like how I knew you were a racist earlier.
You called me. You know me too well. Secret UFO recordings, I do believe. This is something I stumbled upon recently that I do believe came out, maybe, possibly, if I remember correctly, the UFO files that have been released by the White House.
Okay, so there's a secret tape of 1952 Washington insiders discussing UFOs, and the public will soon hear it. Okay. Polls and experts claim that there's a long unheard secret tape of an invasion of Washington UFO briefing, and they say the public could hear it very soon. Is this connected to Trump telling that the head of the NSI that he could declassify whatever he wants? Do you see that?
No, I didn't see that. He can declassify whatever he wants, you say?
Yeah, that's what he said. Have fun.
Okay. So we might get some pretty. This might be related to that for sure.
What's the NSI? Is it like the National Secretary of Intelligence or something? It's a non-elected position appointed by Trump.
Ohio Patriot. So what is NSI? That sounds right. What you just said.
I think so. Hopefully. So a tape recording of a 1952 conversation between Air Force officials and scientists on UFOs is soon to be released. Rep. Eric Burleson, a Republican from Missouri, all right?
Yep.
Told a room of UFO transparency advocates at Disclosure Forum 2026. The UFO transparency advocates applauded Burleson for confirming the existence of the recording. Okay, so according to this guy, it exists, and it's supposedly in the possession of MIT's Lincoln Laboratory. It has guaranteed that it'll be revealed to the public. He stopped asking politely. He knows where the files are. He's
demanding those answers. 1952, which is pretty early in the UFO lore. Now, did that article happen to break down the details of the conversation we might hear? Because I do believe it details UFOs that were spotted over the White House in 52.
Okay, yeah, let's see.
So what's crazy about that to me is if UFOs are government technology, then how is it the same? AKA, we're seeing flying saucers in 52, and we're seeing flying saucers today. Doesn't seem to be much change in the so-called technology or the ship or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, how is it in 2026 you're seeing similar objects that they're describing in 1952? So if it is government technology, that to me doesn't make any dang sense.
Yeah. I don't know. 52 that's a long time ago, technologically speaking.
Does anyone in the chat have a theory as to why? And in fact, I know if that standard initiator.
That is not. So I just found it. It was acting director of national intelligence. So the S I had in there. I don't know where that came from. But his name is Bill Pulte. And he's told them declassify almost everything.
Yeah, that's Bill Pulte. Yes, he's actually a super nice guy, and the media is like painting him as like some kind of like mad dog. And he like during COVID, he was like giving a bunch of people free money, like out of his own pocket. He was just like giving cash out.
Okay.
So he's actually real smart guy. So we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does in this position. But I think he's a good man for the job.
Nice. Here's that section you were talking about. Flowers told News Nation that he thinks the tapes record a long rumored but never before heard discussion about a series of UFO sightings that shook D.C. in the summer of 52. That's why a slew of UFOs were spotted by eyewitnesses, including pilots, in the air around D.C. People speculated they could be advanced communist technology from the Soviet Union, or even little green men in flying saucers.
It's always a saucer.
The Air Force eventually shot down the conjecture, saying at a press conference at the end of the month that the weather was to blame for the sightings.
The famous weather balloons.
Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't a UFO, it was a weather balloon.
Yeah, that's it. We'll see.
Yeah, so and I know I've said this 100 times on the show, and people are probably sick of me saying it, but that's why interdimensional demons, because I do believe the spirit realm is in another dimension, is the only thing that makes sense to me, and why they still look the same that they do across decades of technological advancement. Like, I don't know that you would, if it was military, right, there would be some kind of evolution in the technology, I would assume. Or did the communists Yeah, here's the real conspiracy. We're the communists more technologically advanced than we give them credit for, and all that technology went kaput once Russia fell, once the USSR went kaput.
Yeah, who knows?
What do you think?
Well, I think that I don't know, man. It's tough. 1952. Pilots came out and they said they saw it. Eyewitnesses, I don't know, man.
Just like
they
they
saw
do
something.
Today. Just like in 2020, what was that year that they tried to distract us with a bunch of alien stuff? Was that 2024, 2025, maybe 2023? Somewhere in that time span. We're at the same thing. Pilots seeing stuff, can't describe it, but it's all, it seems like it's all the same stuff. All the eyewitnesses of UFOs, if you accumulate those over the years, it's like it looks like a saucer. Like there's still saucers today. Like what do you?
All right.
Like,
well, like what if it is like you said, demonic activity, in the sense of like what if like that we know there is a world beyond. All right, we're talking from a Christian lens here. We're both Christians. This show is for the Christian conservative audience. Listen. There's a prophet in the Old Testament where he's riding along and he's about to go to war, right, with another nation, and he has someone with him who's scared. And the guy tells him, "Hey, I'm scared." And so he prays to God, this prophet, and he says, "Show him what you showed me," basically. And in an instant, this other guy's eyes were open and he saw legions of angels ready to fight this war with them. And obviously he was like, his anxiety left him. He's like, oh man. All right. So the point of this story is there is a real supernatural world out there where probably way more things are going on than are even going on in the physical realm. And they're happening all the time around us. In the book of Daniel, Gabriel gets sent to Daniel, but it takes him 2 weeks because he has to fight his way there. He has to fight fallen angels to get to him. Like
right, yeah. He's like, what do you say? I got held up by the king of Egypt or something. The king of Egypt or whatever controlled Egypt. Yeah.
So, like, what if these sightings are legitimately them seeing the supernatural activity? Like, it's not necessarily them wanting to show them. It's just they're getting caught a little bit in a situation.
Yeah, right. You're like you're getting a peek behind the curtain, so to speak, and it doesn't look like when we, because we've seen so many artistic drawings of angels and demons, like we have this idea of what we think they should look like. What if they just look like weird stuff like flying saucers, right?
No, exactly.
Everything that we think we know about the spiritual realm probably is like that's probably why God tells us not to mess with that stuff, because it would probably blow our freaking minds if we were to see what it's really like beyond the curtain.
Yeah, Jesus has literally said, how can I tell you of earthly things or heavenly things when you don't understand earthly things?
Right. Yeah. We're so dumb we can't even understand what's right in front of our face here on this earth. What makes us think that we can understand the spiritual realm, right?
Yeah.
Love it. That's all I got for us today, Alex. It's been a great July 2nd, our technical real Independence Day, right? Because it was the Lee resolution passed on July 2nd. But no, man, we're gonna.
What we should do? We should find Penny Packer's old address.
We should.
Think we can make it there? And we still have a day.
We still have a day. Yeah, man.
At midnight.
I think
Let's
we
just
could
change our entire plans.
Eastern Pennsylvania. Eastern Pennsylvania. Let's go, man.
I'm gonna be in Eastern Pennsylvania,
dude. At midnight, you just gotta let 15 minutes straight of just the craziest fireworks right outside his old house, man.
That would be legendary. I'd even take a charge for that, to be honest.
That would be legendary.
Honestly, getting arrested would make it go viral.
It would. It would. Why did you do that in front of this random house? Well, let me tell you.
Yeah, the dad's ready. He's got his shotgun. He's like calling the cops. This guy's shooting Roman.
That's crazy, man. Or his old house is in like the worst neighborhood, and
I just get shot.
You get shot. Like, you start a gang war. Like people come out and just start.
All for the clout, dude. As long as I get the clout, it's all good.
Legendary. Yeah, it's all. Yeah, as long as you drive viewers to our channels, it's all good, man.
I'll if we get enough money on the channel, then I can sneak a phone into prison and I'll do the show from prison.
Boom. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Good night. Go celebrate America. 250 years, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll
Love
be
you.
here again next Thursday because we're committed. That's
We
why
are.
we did this show today on Thursday.
2 days before the birthday. God bless y'all. Love y'all. Thank you for watching.
Have a great night. Peace.